If this is what your Power Wedge looks like, pay attention because today we're going to revive the back end of our Project 23 LSV. When we purchased this boat, it had been sitting for over a year and a half at the dealership, exposed to God knows only what elements. With that, we wanted to take some good old-fashioned elbow grease and some chemicals to give this a refresh. We're not going to be able to make this Power Wedge perfect, but we're going to definitely make it look better and give it a really nice shine. Starting out, we need some grade 40 or grade 0000 steel wool. This is the finest steel wool that you can purchase. I purchased this on Amazon. And then we are also going to be using Mother's Mag and aluminum polish. No fancy chemicals here. This is available at probably Walmart or AutoZone or Discount Auto Parts. And we've got some latex gloves because you do not want to get all of this on your hands, and then some just fresh terry towels to help buff everything off. Starting out, just use some of the steel wool with the polish, and guess what? Scrub like no tomorrow. This is going to require multiple passes back and forth on the Power Wedge, and in doing so, it will ultimately scrub off that top layer of rust and contamination. I had a small test spot to see if it would damage the Power Wedge, and the Power Wedge was completely fine in terms of the finish. After that first pass, go ahead and use the terry towel to polish everything off. You will probably need several passes here to really remove that polish, especially on the first pass. You can immediately see right out of the get-go though that we're getting a nice shine, and we are removing that corrosion and God knows whatever else is on the Power Wedge. So this is pass number 2 with our super fine steel wool. After the second pass, you can see just how nice the Power Wedge is shaping up. Now I went a little bit extra, and you're welcome to do this. I brought out my mini dual action polisher with a polishing pad on it. It's a very small 2-inch pad, so it lets you get into all the nooks and crannies. And I just used polish on this as well, just to see if it would really help. And again, after I removed the polish, I mean, this thing just looked absolutely incredible. I mean, you can see my face reflection in the Power Wedge and the hydrofoil itself. It just looks incredible. But look at the difference between the side that is done and the side that isn't. It is absolutely night and day of a difference. There is some pitting as well as some small scratches in the Power Wedge. We didn't want to go to that extent just because this is a used boat and we know it's going to get used on a frequent basis. With the Power Wedge done, now comes time to finish the rest. So we're going to start with the surf pipe and repeat the same process. And you can just see how the surf pipe is going to shape up to look so much better. Just after the first pass, look how much better that surf pipe looks. Not only are we polishing off all of the corrosion and any contaminants on the surf pipe, but we're also leaving protection on this metal, so then that way it will bead up if it gets wet, and it will just be protected more to any dirty environment that we put it in. Once you repeat this process for the remaining parts of the Power Wedge and surf pipe, just look at how much better this entire area looks. It was an absolute night and day difference. All around, this took me roughly 45 minutes, maybe an hour. If your Power Wedge and surf pipe look like this is the best and probably most effective way to give it that shine and bring it back to its original luster.